So, you know how we do this. Just to make sure that everybody is being carried along and we are not distracting, endeavor your mic is muted, and you can only unmute your mic when you want to answer a question or you want to ask a question. Now, today's class is going to be a collaborative class. I believe that some of us are on our laptops. So I'm going to be sharing my Figma link and I'm going to be dropping it on the WhatsApp group, right? Sorry, on the Telegram group. So if you're on your WhatsApp, if you're on your system, you can click on the link and join me on the same workspace. So we are going to be working together. See, to get the best of this class, any single thing I do, try and do it. So in today's class, I am not rushing because what we are doing in today's class is very, very, very important in your life as a UI designer. We've been talking about the UX, right? So what we are going to be doing in today's class, what I will be taking you guys through in today's class is very, very important. And for people that will pay close attention, you will always remember that, oh, you learned so thing in this class and you see yourself always using it. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's jump into Figma.
Sir,
So
excuse me, sir.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, like I'm using my phone, not my laptop, because I don't have Google Meet on my laptop. So I'm using my phone to do this, and also I don't know how I'll be
Please,
able
please,
to
ladies and
go to my
gentlemen,
Telegram and next.
please,
Hello?
you don't need to have Google Meet on your, oh my god, I can't do this now. You don't need to have Google Meet on your phone, please. If you have, so far you have the link. If you can send the link to your email, then open your email on your laptop and click on the link. It will still give you access to the class. Do you understand? So you can have
All
your
right.
Google Meet on your laptop, or you can still have your Google Meet on your phone and be following the class.
Like I'm not using my laptop now.
If you're not using your laptop, you just have to. This is a practical class, please. You understand? So probably when you have access to the record file, you can, watch it and then try and follow. Do you understand? But if you have a laptop screen in front of you, then it's fine. You understand? But I'll still drop the WhatsApp link and the Figma link on the website, on the Telegram. You understand? So if you're on your
Please
laptop,
drop. Let's start connecting.
so if you're on it, you can just join me on the file. So can
All right,
Um,
thank
yeah, is there a question?
you.
so
We
I
need the
just I
Google Meet
just
link.
the Google Meet link, it's on the Telegram group
Hello,
already.
hello.
The Google Meet link is on the Telegram group. Please, if Fidayo, you can drop the Google Meet link again so it will be fresh. But it's on the Telegram group already.
Okay, thank you.
Please, I have a question.
Go ahead and ask.
When you said maybe you invite us to this, is it that you allow us to edit your code? Like, are we on the same page, or you just want to share your screen for us?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, because
Yes, we can hear you.
yes, we can hear.
All right. So I can see some guides. I can see some people on the Figma. I need to move this project to. I need to move this file to my projects. So I think this was the last practical class I had with you guys, right? I hope you guys can see my screen. You can see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the last practical class I had with you guys. So I'll delete some of these things that we're not going to be using. And probably I'll just have a clean space like this. Hold on. Let me just try and make a setup so people can edit.
Mr. Uche,
Yes.
is there a way we can mute everybody?
I think everybody just have to mute themselves.
Hello.
Are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Hold on.
Okay, okay.
All right. Let's just continue. Let's just continue. So is everyone with me now? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right. So
I hear you.
all right. Thank you. So I actually like the way the class is quiet. So, but let's just maintain that. Let's be a little bit civilized. Please feel free to make use of the chat section. At least once you drop anything in the chat, um, I'm going to see it. So please make use of the chat section so that we can have an organized class. So what we're going to be discussing today is layer styles, right? Hold on, guys.
Sorry, sir, Mr. Uche, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Please, the link to the Figma class. So just send it to the chat. Let me copy it and send it to you.
Link to the Figma, right?
Yes, the link to the Figma.
So so if you don't have edit access to the Figma, you can just request for edit from your Figma file. Then I will grant you edit access to the file. But I'm dropping the Figma link again on the group. So I think I just dropped it on the group. Ifedayo, I just dropped the Figma link on the group.
Okay.
Sorry, those of us that sorry sir. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So, for those of us that are on with our phone, but there's a system in front of me, how can I connect with the file from my system?
Please just open
Once
the
you
link.
are, once you are, once just open the link on your system now.
Yes, open Telegram.
Okay,
Open
sir.
Telegram on your system. Then click on the link. It will open on your browser. That's all.
Okay, sir.
The Telegram is not on the system. The Telegram is on our phones.
Please.
Okay, this is how you do it. Copy the Telegram link, then open your Gmail, inbox on your phone. Then open it. Then compose an email, save it as drafts. Then go to your system, open your email, then go and open the draft on your system. Then you can easily copy it from there. It's as simple as that.
Or you can just open this link, or
Yeah,
you can just open this link on your system, on your browser, web.telegram.com, and Telegram will open on your browser, please. That's all. I think that's just all I can take.
Sir, please, the link is on the Telegram group yet. The link for the it has been sent to the Telegram group.
Yeah, I've sent it there.
Can anyone see my screen?
That's the last message. Yeah.
Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Web.telegram.com.
Can you please mute everybody so that we can hear you? Everything is just echoing.
My own screen, I'm having icons, diagrams on it though.
Please,
The
let's
Figma. Go back to the beginning.
please to okay, enough of the going back and forth. Please, let's be more civilized in this meeting so we can have the best. If your mic, please, if your mic is on, mute it, please. It's just a simple thing, just for the betterment of you and every other person. Mute it so that everybody can enjoy. Do you understand? We are all tech persons here, so we should behave like tech persons. You understand? At this stage, there are basic things like you should be very familiar with, like basic things on how to operate, online, collaborate, and stuff like that. So you should just know how to do some of these simple things. You understand? We've lifted you from beginner now to at least a little bit of so you're no longer a beginner, so don't be acting like a beginner now. We are 2 weeks or 3 weeks into this class by next week. So ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into what we have for today. So I said we are going to talking about layer styles. Yeah, now layer styles. So basically, I'm sure you must have heard of design systems, or probably use
Lots of product, mute your mic.
I am
Also, product and Igwe Stanley, mute your mic, please.
Sorry, sir, I have a problem. It's saying either this file doesn't exist or you have a permission. You don't have permission to view it. Sir,
please, I don't know, but we'll pass that stage, please. But let me send the link again, please. I am sending the link again, please. Other people are on the file, so I think it's just from your own end. Now, if you're on the file already, you can request edit access. I will approve your edit access, so you can actually edit a file. Because there is going to come why I'm giving edit access is because there is going to come a stage where I will need you to edit. There's going to come a stage where I will need you to edit. That's why I'm giving edit access. But please, while you're editing, please leave my space. Leave my space, because some people are trying to drag my layer style. Please don't do that. If you drag it, it will move in real time. So anything you're doing now, everybody on this call is seeing it. Please. All these people around my layer style, please shift your mouse from my layer style. Oh my God.
Vicky, free the layer side now.
Please,
Mohammed.
shift your mouse from my layer style so everybody can be seeing what I'm doing. I gave edit access so that you guys will know. We're going to get to a stage where you are going to be editing in real time. So the essence of this class is to show you what I'm teaching you guys. Layer style is layer styles helps us build continuity within our workflow. How does this thing work? By documenting what we are doing in Figma. So any other designer elsewhere can just come and you will read. So as I'm showing you guys, I'll be showing you guys how to read colors, how to read typography design system, how to read color design systems, how to read effects design systems. So if you're in a project and you are opportune to be working with other designers from around the world, you understand, you already know, once you come, you understand how the interface is structured and you know what to flow from or where to flow from. So ladies and gentlemen, now, like I said, layer styles helps us to build continuity across our workspace. Now, how does this thing work? Now, we have like different systems that we can build in Figma. We can build the typography system, right? Typography system, yeah? We can build the color system, right? We can build the effect system, right? The effect system. Which other system can we build? Yeah, then the component system, right? Yeah, component systems. So now basically, these are the systems that we can build. Now I'm calling it system, but you can call it style. So typography style, color style, effect style, component style. Now these are the systems that we can build in this thing. So let me start with color. let's start with color. Now, ladies and gentlemen, watch. If I want to build a color system or a color style in Figma, now I'm going to show you the manual way of doing this thing. Then I'm now going to show you plugins that you can use to build this thing. And by the time I finish explaining this thing, we are done with today's class. But follow me closely. Now, what I'm about to show you is very, very important in your product design or in your life as a UI designer. Very, very important. In short, this is what makes you a professional UI designer. You being able to document your workflow, because some people just jump into Figma and they're just designing. But when you come bring it to a professional workspace, like, okay, I know you're designing, but how can another designer collaborate with you? Like, okay, I have to study everything you're doing, like page by page, before I get it. No, but if there's a documentation, then I can just go through your documentation and I understand, and I can reuse any components or any color you are using. So follow me closely. So I'm going to show us the manual way, like the default manual way that Figma brought out, to do this thing. Then I will show you guys how to do them or how to work around plugins to make your workflow faster. So now I want to create a color system, right? So now to create a color system is just like, for instance, now I'm working, I'm trying to create probably a mobile screen, right? So I'll just use my iPhone 13 here, right? So I'm using an iPhone, but I want to have a button, probably the create account button. So this is the button, right? Now this is the button. Let me put the button here. Hello, sir. Hey, I'm around, but I'll come. I don't know if you'd still be around till around 6. But I'm in the office now, but I'm in a meeting, so it's after the meeting that I'll come down, sir. Sorry, can everyone hear me now? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, but we
Yes,
can't see
sir.
us.
All right.
Yes.
Alright, so let's go back to what we are doing. Sorry. So now I have this button here, right? So I have this button here on my
But
screen,
we
right?
can't see your screen count.
Mr. Oche, please, how can I zoom it? It's very small here.
Control plus
Control plus.
on your screen to zoom in, please. So I believe each and every one of you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. I like how the class is quiet. Please let's maintain that system like that. So I cut this to 100 and it's too much, so I'll bring it down to 20. Okay, you get okay for the guys that want 20. Let's make it 10.
Excuse me, sir. Please can you guys get your mouse off the canvas so we can see the teacher's mouse when it's moving.
Exactly. As in the mouse is too much.
Please, guys, guys, I've said this thing before. I know, we are all excited and we want to just be getting our hands on this, and stuff like that. But please, this is typically an online class. We are trying to teach. So there is a time that I'm going to engage people that are on the screen. But for now, be more focused on trying to learn what I'm trying to teach you guys. So somebody's is highlighting this frame. Please, if you're the one highlighting the frame, on highlight it, just click outside your box so that it will not be highlighted, please.
Sir, is there a way you
What?
can just
Are they not
stop them
online?
from
What?
doing it? There, where we want to, when you want to engage them, then you add them back.
Ah, God.
Please, can you like remove everybody so that their mouse can leave the screen? Then after that, you allow everybody back because I don't understand what we are even doing because everybody's mouse is on.
No organize that. No, seriously.
Okay, please, guys, I'm in a new space. Please don't bring your mouse to this new space. Just stay where you are. Or ensure don't touch your laptop. Or if you're touching your laptop, be touching it where you are now. Don't come to this new space. Please, just follow what I want you guys to understand this thing. And then why I'm putting you guys on this same Figma file is because this is how it works real life.
Yes, please start afresh. Start from the top because I don't really understand.
Just calm down. Just calm down. We are starting afresh. But this is how it works real life. That's why I don't want to like remove everybody from this group because I want you guys to have a real life experience of how you're going to be working. So when you're trying to apply for jobs on outside there, you are confident that okay, you've already tested or you've already seen how this thing works. You get? That is why we are doing this, and that's why this class is actually very important. If not, I would have just said okay, let's just leave it on. Probably we'll do something else on the Teams app, and but because this class is important to us as UI designers, we have to bring it here. So guys, follow me closely. Okay. So I'll draw a frame. I'm creating a new frame now, right? Now I've drawn a frame. Please, if your mic is on mute, just mute it, please. Now I'll just create a rectangle here, right? A rectangle here. This rectangle here now will serve as my button. Right? Now I'll cut this rectangle to probably 10. Right? Yeah. So I'm okay with this. Let's just keep it like this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say we want this color to be blue. Or we want this color to be, let me make it red. Now this is the color of this button. Probably we are going to have something like create account.
Oh, what are these people? They should leave the screen.
Create account here. Now let me just choose a default size of 32. For this create account. For this create account, right? Then I'll make that white instead of black. I'll make that white instead of black. Right? I can zoom in. Probably 32 is too big. Make it 20. Now I've centralized. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the normal way we've been creating it, or this is the normal way we create it. Now, which is good. Now, if you do this, you've successfully created a create account button. You understand? But in a case where it's not only you that will have access to this work, and because it's not only you that will have access to this work, there are other designers out there that might be collaborating with you in this work. You understand? And sometimes they might just want to change the color of this, and make it not to be only, let's just say we can decide to choose another color. Now, because of that sole reason, we now have to create a layer style. Sorry, a color style rather. A color style is like a system of colors where we can interchange. Follow me closely, let me show you guys. Now, to create a color style, all I have to do is, for instance now, let me create, if I use a circle, I'll use a circle now to, differentiate. Now, I will just draw a circle now. Now, if I come to this circle now, let's just say we want to be working with blue. If I come to this circle now and I choose this tone of blue as what I want to be working with. Now, to make this blue, to document this blue in Figma as a style so that any designer anywhere will see it. Now, that is where all the people on this Figma file now, that is where you people will start enjoying what we are doing. Because as I'm creating it now, you're seeing it in your platforms and you're seeing it in real time. You can reuse it anyhow you want to use it. Now, follow me. To do this now, make sure that you've chosen the color and it's like this. Then you come to this 4 dotted icon here under the fill because we want to create a color style. So we are on the fill now. We come to this 4 dotted icon here. And 4 dotted icon signifies style. So once I click on it, you see there is no style, there is no save style here. Then you click on this plus icon. If you click on this plus icon now, I can now decide to name this color. If the main color of this project is blue, I can name it main color, primary color, etc, etc. So, but I don't want to name it blue because in future we can decide that okay, the main color of this particular product is no longer blue, it's now red. So that's why, because if you name it blue, it means that okay, you have to come back and start renaming everything. So let me just name it as primary, color. Now I'm showing you guys how I work, how I do my own thing. You can create your own way, but it's the same process. Primary color. Now the moment I say create style, everybody on this project, you can see something like this on your dashboard on primary color, especially when you click outside. So if I click outside my dashboard, that means nothing is selected. You will see it has created a color style for me, and this blue is primary color. Now mind you, because I started with a circle, it doesn't mean that it's a circle, like the blue is in a circle shape. No. So if I come to this place now, you understand, and click on this button, and instead of like coming here to change the color of this thing, randomly, I can click on this particular 4 dotted icon here, and I'll see the styles that the styles I've already saved. As you can see, you're seeing this blue. So the moment I click on this blue now, it will take the color of that, it will change the button to that blue color. Meaning that anybody on this system now, so let me do something very quickly now. Let me show you guys. Now let me duplicate this, let me create another circle rather, right? I'll create another circle, right? And then probably create another one, and then duplicate. So I have like 4 main colors here, right? Then I'll make it bigger. Shift, I'll make it bigger. Now I have 4 main colors now. Now we've chosen primary color. Now let's choose secondary color, tertiary color, and danger color. So secondary color now should be yellow. Now because we want our secondary color to be yellow or orange, now I want to create a color style for that so that it will be documented in this file. So any designer that is working on this particular file with me can see it. Now I'm going to come to this place. I'll pick this color. I'll pick the tone of yellow or whatever I want here. Let's just say I want this tone of orange, right? Yeah, this tone of orange. Okay, I've selected this secondary color. Now let's find the tertiary color. Now a tertiary color could just be just a color that we're just using to complement things. So I have this, as my tertiary color. Now let me choose a danger color. Say a danger color is probably error message, colors I'll be using for error buttons and all of those. So let's just choose red, since red is like a rampart color for danger. Now let me now come and document these color styles. Now I'm going to use these color styles to form my system, or these color styles I'm documenting is now my color system. Any designer I send this thing now, once he just comes to my Figma file, he will always go to look out for if there's any system for this project. Now if there's a system, he can decide to work with that system without coming to bother, okay, which color, how did you come up with the colors that you're using across this project and all of those. So that is how you maintain unity, and continuity across your project. So I'm going to click on this color, click on this 4 dotted icon, and then this plus icon that is here, I'll click on it, and then I can name this secondary color, right? Yeah, and then I'll click on this guy, click on the plus icon here, on the 4 dotted icon here, then click on the plus icon here, and we said this would be probably our tertiary color, so I'll just call it tertiary color. Now I'll create this, come here. I'm doing it repeatedly so it will all register, the process will register in our head. Then I can call this danger color, right? So any designer working on this project already knows that we have our colors all documented. You understand? We have our primary color documented, we have our tertiary, secondary, and danger color documented. Ladies and gentlemen, if I click outside my workspace, you can see here by my right where my mouse is, where we have color styles. We have our primary color, secondary color, tertiary, danger color. Meaning that if I'm working on a particular button like this, if I want to choose any color for this, maybe I want to change this to a danger color, I just need to click on these color styles here, and then I can change, or click on it, change it to any color, without having to select any particular thing. And the very good thing about this is that this color is the same color tone. So because now if I'm using the normal color wheel here, probably there is a button here. If I'm using the normal color wheel here, and I'm trying to locate blue, maybe the shade of blue I might use might not be the exact shade of blue that is documented in this file. Am I communicating, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Now we are moving, we are progressing. Very, very good. So that is how you create your color styles. Now watch, one good thing about this color style is, if for instance now, of course when you click outside, now let's just say for instance now, I want to change the tone of this blue. I don't want to use this tone of this. I don't want to use the tone of this blue again. I want to like change it and probably use a lighter blue. Now see the very good thing about it, because this is a blue that I use in creating my color style. If I'm trying to change the color of this blue to another tone of blue, it will change across all the pages that have that blue. What am I saying? Now let me bring this blue, to this place. Let's just I'm using it. So as I'm changing this one now, you see that the tone of this bottom blue will change, because why? It's a system, it's connected, so it can help you save time. Remember, the essence of learning how to do all these things is so that in any case where you're working on a project that you have, like, of course you always need to have like number of screens that you're going to be working with. When you're working on a full project, you can have up to 10, 20 depending on what you're trying to do, the problem you're trying to solve. You understand? Now let's change the color of this. Now to change the color of this, all you just have to do is click on the empty space where no object is highlighted. Come to your color style by the right. You see something like a certain icon here, which is edit style. When I click on it, you understand, you will now come to this panel, properties, under properties. Click on it, click on the icon, the color icon by the side. It's going to bring out the color. Now follow me closely, watch. If I start deciding to change the tone of this green to another color, are you seeing that the button as well is changing? Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir.
So you see, so if we have decided to use this particular color on like 10 screens, as I'm changing it on this particular one, it will change on all those 10 screens. On all those 10 screens. Am I communicating, guys?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So let me just probably leave this to probably this tone of blue, and I'm okay. Now that is how we create our color style. Follow me closely. We are going somewhere. Follow me closely. Now we've created our color style.
Sir, please, can I join with my laptop?
Yes, obviously.
You can join now.
So yeah, you can
They are
join.
requesting, but they are asking me to join, as in someone should let me in.
Okay, I just let you in now. Sorry, I was carried away. So now this is how we create color styles. As you can see, it's documented. All the designers, all the people now, all of you guys that is on this particular workflow, you can see if you want now on your own side, like not on this my particular space, you can create a frame and try to draw a button and then try to use the exact same color I'm using. Just for you to do that, you just come to the color style, you see all the colors I've documented, you can now create it. You can now click on anyone, you see your color will just your object will just change to that particular color. So meaning that if I'm working on the login screen and you're working on the registration screen, that means we are not confused about the color that we are using, because we've already documented the colors. So if I finish working on my login screen and then somebody wants to compare, he will not see the difference. He will not know that it's two different people that worked on those two different screens, because we've documented the colors. So I was just using from what we documented, which is exactly the same color tone. Now in a system, is this method, is it only for colors? Can we do it for other things? The answer is yes. Now let's try it for text, because we can be working on a text, you understand, and probably in your login page, your login button is 32, but in registration the login button is 48. So to avoid those inconsistencies, it's always very good that you equally document what you're doing. You document your typography systems so that any designer can know, okay, this is the system we are following. Now I'm teaching you guys the manual way first, because it is very good, you understand. Forget what plugins have made a lot of things easy, so their plugins can actually generate these things. But before plugin was actually created, we have a manual way that we do this, and it's just what I explained to you guys now. It's super simple. So it's always very good to understand the manual way, so when you're using the plugin, you understand how the plugins work, so you know how to manipulate and do some nice stuff. So let's proceed. Now let's say I want to create my typography system. Now typography system is just a documented typeface of the sizes of fonts I'm going to be using. Please, if your mic is on, kindly mute, I beg you in the name of God. Now let me choose. So I'll come here, I'll create heading 1, right? Now I'll duplicate this heading 1 into probably like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now this is my typography system. For some of us who are already familiar with product design or UI UX, you'll be understanding this thing more, because probably you've seen it somewhere there. So now this is heading 1. So I'm going to say probably heading 2 for some of us who are equally doing programming, you will understand how these things work. So heading 2, subheading, no, we should just have, so this should be subheading. Now you can just decide to leave it heading 1 to heading blah 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 to heading 7, but I'm just trying to follow the standard way of doing this thing. Subheading. Now I'll put this to subheading 4, right? Now this is body text, so I have body text. So I have body text here, right? Body text 5. So let me just say body text 5. The numbers doesn't matter. I'm just putting the numbers so you just clear. Then body text 5, and then body text 6. Now body text 6. Just understand the concepts. Understand it. It's very important that you understand what I'm doing. Very, very important. Now delete this because I wanted only 6. Now I want my heading to be like 64. It simply means that anything that is heading, for instance, welcome to this app, or welcome, blessing, like you know those welcome messages, like that you come and see when you log into an app, they will put your name, welcome, this one, welcome to Kilimanjaro's app, all those things. Like in your home page, you see welcome, probably your name. Some of us that are using banks, mobile banks, if you enter, they will tell you why Uchechukwu, that's a heading. So I can decide that okay, all those main headings now that are usually bigger will be 64 font size. That's what I mean. So here now, I'll just increase this to 64, right? Yes. So it's bold enough so everybody can see it on my screen. Let me zoom in a little so you can see it very well. Now 64. Now I can now come and decide that okay, anything probably, if I feel like okay, 64 is too big on this particular page, maybe I should try, you know, a smaller value, but it's still the heading. So that's why I have heading 2. So if I feel like 64 is too big for that thing, I can try a heading 2. Now I can say that okay, since my heading 1 is 64, probably my heading 2 should be around 52. Now there is a system, there is a methodology that they use in calculating these numbers. I'm just saying it because I already know these numbers, but I'll quickly show you guys the methodology. If you material designs, Google material designs, but I'll show you guys shortly. But let's get how to create these systems first. Before you now, I'll now start showing you guys the method for this, the progression of your font size across your workspace. So this is heading 1. So I said heading 2 can be 52. So I'll make this heading 2 52, right? Yep. So I have 52 there. So I'll bring down heading 3. Now subheading rather. So subheading can just be like when there is heading, probably there will not be a subheading. I'm sure we are all familiar with some of these meaning of these things, so I don't need to come and start explaining what subheading means. So 52, probably the next one should be 46, right? Yeah, 56. Let's just make this subhead so it will not be as if it's longer. Yep. Bring this down. So subheading, this one is 46. The next one should be 36. 36. Right? Yep. So I'll change to subhead 4. So I'll change to subhead 4. So these are body text. Now, I don't want my body text to be bold. I want it to just be regular. So I will change, because they are in bold here, in my text property here, they are bold. So I'll change it from bold to probably regular or medium. You know, probably subhead here should be medium. The subheading should be medium, while the body text are just regular, right? So you have to determine the properties of this text first. So now, if you want all your subheadings to be tracked, there's what they call tracking and kerning in design. So now, for instance, if I want this to be tracked, so track value is the distance between each alphabet of your work, right? I think that's what it is. So now if I want to track this, I can just drag this value. I am tracking this thing. As you can see, it's being tracked like this. I think this is kerning. Kerning is bringing it close like this, but you don't want it to be like that. So let's just say I want all my subheadings to be tracked like this. Now you have to, you know, impute those properties. But of course, there's always a way around. Like when you didn't impute it while creating your systems, but you want to now impute it later on, you can always adjust. And as you're adjusting, it to implement across all your screens. So now, let me just keep the track value just like this, normal. Now the body text is 20, right? Subheading is 36. So the first body text should be 20. The other one should be 16. Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, I have created how my text should flow. So anytime I'm working on a platform, maybe a website or anything, and I want to use a heading, that means that heading automatically will be 64. So any designer working on it or working on that website, whether I'm there or I'm not there, by the time you come and you study my typography system, you already know that okay, every heading is 64, every subheading is 46, every body text is 20. Am I communicating, guys?
Yeah.
Now, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, when we look outside, now, if I click on my color style, you will see that all these things are not documented here. So for some of you who are on this particular project with me, you will find out that okay, these things are equal. You're not seeing the text style. You're just seeing that oh, I set it manually. So let's document it so that any designer who is on this particular platform with us will actually be able to see it. So to do that is the same process we use. Please mute your mic if your mic is on. The same process we use in documenting our colors, we are still going to use the same process to document our typography, our fonts here. So, but to do that, we'll click on the text first. Now, come to the text property, the text panel now, not on the color panel. Color panel is for documenting colors. Text is for documenting text. So, come to the text panel. You see the 4 dotted icons here. Click on it. Then you see the plus sign, right? Click on the plus sign. Now, the moment you click on the plus sign, all you just have to do is name. So what I normally do is I normally name it like H164, or probably H1, or probably I can just say heading, but I'll write 64 there. So the reason for me doing that is for you to just, by looking at it, you already know that the size of this heading is 64. Now that is my own process of doing it. You can decide to just make it H1, H2, H3, B1, M, S, SH, SH, B, B. You understand? So SH means subheading, B means body, H means heading. So you can decide that's your own system. Don't just make it, very simple and easy to understand. So anybody that is looking at it simply or easily understands. Because this is very important because you guys are going to be working in groups for your, projects, and you guys should know how to do this. So I'll create a style, right? So I've documented that style. So if you're looking at if I click outside here, you can see something like it has created a text style in my properties panel, and there is putting heading 64, and it's trying to show me other properties that this has. So you can see that my tracking is negative 1.6. The standard thing for your tracking should at least be negative 2. 1.66 is actually not a standard thing, but auto line height is auto, and the paragraph spacing is auto. That's automatic. So because that is automatic because I didn't touch all those things. But you can decide to touch it, but if you touch it, it will document all those stuffs. So now, heading 2, let me document it. Heading 2, document, plus sign here, I'll name it heading, this was the size again, 64, 52.
52.
Heading, yeah, 52. Thank you. I'll do this for all of them, so I'll just quickly do that. 52, 48. Subheading is 48.
46. So it's 46.
Okay, 46, right? So now since it's 46 and I want to edit it. Now what I will now do is I'll click on it. I'll click outside. You see where it's actually showing me that 56. Aside from what I named it, but I want my own naming to be there. So I'll just click on this icon here, and then it will bring out the edit panel. I can just change this from 48 to 46. Then I can close the panel to document. So I've documented this, right? Now the next one is 36. So I'll come here, plus icon, sub heading 36. So create style, then my body text. I'll click on the hair, add this body 1. Create style. Now here body 2. plus body 2. Body 2 is 16. Crystal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've created my typography system. So how do you know? If you click outside now and you come to your properties panel, you see all these things. You see it. So now, if for instance now this create account now, I want it to be using.
We can hear you, sir.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
We can.
Now this
We can't hear you again.
can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can now.
We can hear you now.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Now, if I click on this text now and I want to use that particular system that I've created, that means I will just come to, here, come on the styles. Now, probably I want this body text to be 20 and I'll click on it. Automatically, you can see that it adjusted to the properties of that text. You understand? And this is how it should be. I didn't make my body text bold. So probably I can make one bold and then the other one will not be bold. So I'll come back to this just for it to be fine. Come back to click outside, come to my 21st body one, change it from regular to medium. I think medium is okay, right? Yeah, medium is okay. Then I can close. So this has updated. So I have that created there. So this is how we've created our colors and of course my typography style. Now okay, the next one there is we've talked typography, color, effect. Now how do we do this for effect? So for instance now we have a shadow, right? If to do it for a shadow, probably I will have let me have like something like this. Probably I'll just create it for a very thick shadow and for a light shadow, right? So I have this, right? Now I want to drop a shadow. Let's drop a shadow, right? So let's just say this is the thick shadow. Now I will save this as a layer style by clicking on this 4 dotted icon and then this plus icon and probably say dark shadow, right? Shadow. Then I'll create style. Then this other one, I will make it a lighter shadow. So I'll click on this plus sign, Ctrl Z, effect, click on this plus sign, and Ctrl Z, sorry, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Now I'll click on it, click on effect. Now to apply the shadow, I'll first of all enter and go and make the changes that I want. I'll make the changes that I want. I want it to be a lighter shadow, so probably I'll just reduce the color tone and probably reduce the opacity, just like that, and then I'm okay. Then I can now come to the style, click on it, then click on plus, and then name it as light shadow, right? And I'll create text. Now if I come to this button I've created, right, and then I click outside, you will see the effects styles here. So I have my text styles, color styles, and effect styles all documented here. So now if I click on this button now and then come to my effect, I can decide to just choose any of these shadows, either dark or probably light. So I think I'm on dark. Probably I can click on it and change it to light. So you see how, now any shadow we are casting on our project is going to be the same thing across our workspace. Am I communicating, guys?
No, sir.
Yeah, bro.
Please, can you explain the shadow system, the effect system again?
Now, the effect system now, we just created the effects. I created for dark shadows and light shadows because there are times you might be working on a page, you need the shadow to be darker. There are times you'll be working on another page, you need
I can't hear you, sir.
there are times you'll be working in a platform, you need the shadows to be darker, like strong. You understand? But there are times you'll be working in a platform, you need the shadows to be light, like different pages, depending on what you're doing. So you just create light shadows, dark shadows, just depending on your project, so you know where you're working. So you just create different shadows that you know you might want. You understand? So if you create them, you can save them just the way we've been saving. So anything you click on, and then come to the effects panel. If you want a light shadow, you see it. If you want a dark shadow, you click on it, it will change it to a darker shadow. You understand? As you can see in my button here. But I just want this button to be light shadow, so I'll change it back to light shadow. Now that is how you can document your systems. Now, mind you, sometimes when you're presenting a full user, because when you do your project, you're going to present like a user case, like a case study of your project, which will document like your research process, your UI and stuff. So when you explain your research process, like you try to show your empathy maps, you try to show your user personas, you try to show all the affinity maps you've been able to do, the user journey and all those stuffs. You understand? You're showing all those diagrams and all that. So when you come to your UI, how do you explain your UI? Do you just put the screens that you designed? No, you still go ahead to document, to show some of these documentations, right? As you can see, I can decide that, okay, while presenting, I can show that, okay, I use this typography system here, and I use this color system. These are the colors that I use, right? So I can decide to show all of those. Now, do we understand up to this level?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
If we understand up to this level, then it's time I can now show you guys how to do these things that we've just done now with a plugin. Now let's move into it. So the first plugin I'm going to show us is which plugin? There are a lot of plugins out there, but let me start with Styler. Now, as I'm telling you about these plugins, you can try to be installing them in your Figma, because I know most of us will not have this plugin. Please and please, if your mic is on, kindly mute it. Kindly mute your mic, please. Kindly mute your mic. So I can just keep all these things here. Now let me show you guys.
Please, our plugins are located where?
Sir?
Plugins, they are located where?
I will show you shortly, please. Now, if you right click now, if you right click on your empty space here, you see plugins, right? Do you understand? You see plugins. So these are the plugins I have installed on my Figma. But there is possibility that you don't have all these plugins, right? But I'm going to be telling us all the stuff.
So which space are we clicking on?
On an empty space, just on an empty space. Just right click on empty space. Just right click anywhere, you scroll down, you see plugins. Whether empty space or you're on top of your frame, just right click, you see plugins. You understand?
I can't find plugins here.
Just look very well, you see it. I not seeing plugin in my own. Look at my own. If I right click on an empty space.
I'm so plugin.
I can't go to another page. Go to another page. You're on his own workspace.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so let's continue.
Thank you.
Alright, let's continue. Yeah. So now, if you see plugins here, right? You see plugins, yes. So plugins, right? So now, the first plugin I'm going to discuss with us is Styler. That's style. So we have Styler, right? Styler. Yeah. So Styler. So please, if you don't have Styler now and you're your system, go to the Figma community, search Styler. I think I just need to go do that for you guys. So to go to the Figma community, come to this file, come down to plugins, browse, go to browse plugins in the community. So this is my community. So under the community here, I'll just search Styler and say enter. It will search. Just give it a little time to search. You understand? Now, you don't want to get this from the file section. It's not a file that we are looking at. We are looking at plugins now. Now, plugins are like AIs in Figma that help you do things faster. So you can see that I have styler installed, and then of course I have stylist. So we are going to be discussing styler and stylist installed. So you can install it and then install. But before you install, just click on it. You can go through like what it can do and probably just drop. Yeah, before you install the styler, personally you can just go through, the reviews here, like how to use it, and then probably read one or two reviews that people have done and probably drop a thank you to the developer, because it takes a lot to put these things out there. So I'll come back to my Figma. So I've just shown you guys how to get the styler plugin. So I'll
So
come
should we
back.
download stylist too?
Yes, that's the next plugin I'll be showing you guys after discussing styler with you. But it's the same thing. They all do the same thing. But I just have the two, so I'll just show you guys the two. So styler first. So when you come to styler now, you come to generate styles, right? So I'll click on generate styles. So sorry, no, that's not how it works. Now how it works is, remember how we created these color styles, right? Now how did we create it? We first of all created our box. Now remember that this is yellow, blue and red. So I'll be using a color that is entirely different from this. So I'll probably use green so we can see the difference, right? Now I'll duplicate this and then choose another color to probably purple, and then I'll duplicate this and probably use thicker shade of blue, just like this. Now how does styler work? If I want to create my color system from these three colors I've selected, I can just select everything. Now it is going to name these colors based on the name of the layer. So you can see it is rectangle 29 here, rectangle 28 and rectangle 27. That is how it's going to name it. Remember that we are naming our own. If you remember, we named this one heading 1, and we named this one secondary color. So but it's going to name it like it's going to use the name of the layer to name the colors for us. So we can always go back and edit and change it to what we want. So but I'll just select everything, right click on it, then come to plugins, and then locate styler under my plugin section. So if I locate styler under my plugin section, I will come to generate styles. So if I click on generate styles, it's going to tell me it has created and it has updated these colors. Now if I click outside here and then I come to my color style, you will be seeing rectangle 39, rectangle 28, rectangle 27, because that is the name of the stuff. So you saw how it documented it automatically for us without us having to go and add it by ourselves. Did you guys get the idea now? Did you get the idea?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Please, can you repeat it? Can you re-explain that part? I don't understand the style out.
All right. Let me delete, and I'll come to this layer style, and then I will have to, remove them here. So if you want to delete, just click on the setting. You will see an icon. If you right click on it, you see delete style. I'll right click on the delete style, and then I'll right click on this one and delete style. So I've deleted. Well, let's do it again. Now to use the styler, first of all, create your colors. The color you want to use to build your color system. So I'll duplicate this guy, I'll duplicate this guy. Now these are my colors. These are my colors. These are my colors. I'm repeating it. Now let me now choose the colors I want. I want this one to be, this shade of blue. I want this one to be green. This shade of green. I want this one to be probably purple or something. Yeah, this shade of purple. Now I've chosen these colors. Now the name of these colors here now is rectangle 29.
Sorry, please, is there a way you can enlarge what you are doing? On my screen, I'm seeing it is very minimized. I can't really see.
Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Can you see it now?
Put your hand on the screen and zoom.
You can zoom from your screen if you are using your mobile device, please. If you are using your laptop, you can use your zoom tool to zoom in. But I've just zoomed it in so you'll be seeing the object.
I think it's giving it a speed now. That's why it's hard for us.
So
You should come to the meeting.
or you can come to the meeting. Yes, you can come to, instead of doing what I'm doing from Figma. Please, you need to be doing what I'm doing from the Google Meet meeting. So you'll be seeing the buttons I'm clicking on. You understand? You'll be seeing the buttons I'm clicking on. Don't be doing it. So if that's, I think that solves your problem, please. So now I've chosen these colors, right? Now to now document them in my color system, that's in my color wheel. These are the ones we earlier created manually. You understand? So now to document these things, I now have to select all the colors I want to document with my styler. Please, if your mic is on, kindly mute it, please. I'll select every single thing by just clicking and dragging, right? Then I'll right click, come to plugins, right? And then I'll locate styler on my plugin section. So I'm scrolling down to locate styler. Now once I come there, I'm going to see generate styles, right? Generate styles. So I'll generate it. So as you can see, it's running it, and after running it, to tell you that it will give you an update that okay, it has created these three styles. Because I said that how it names it is that it names it with the name that it's given on the layer. If you come here now in your layer styles, in your color styles, now you find out that it named it according to rectangle 29, rectangle 28, rectangle 27, and that is exactly the name of this stuff. So we can now come and click on this, right, and decide to change it probably to, I'll change it to prime color, just short, because we already have prime color there. I'll click on this, change to sec color, because we already have secondary color in full, so I'll just use short form to represent them. Then I'll click on this and let me to text color. Yeah, text color. You know, I've named it, so you can see that they are documented in my color styles now. So I have these colors all saved. So if I come back to my work here, that's my login page where I have my button. If I click on it and then I click on these colors, I can actually choose between any of these new color systems I've created. Am I communicating, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, sir. Very
Yes,
much.
sir. I have a question. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Any questions, please? Just one question, please. Just
So
one.
how can we download the styler? How can we install the styler?
Please, you can install it from your Figma community. So just go to your Figma community, search styler on your Figma community, you will see it, and then you can install.
So for our styler to work, is it a must we have an already saved color style?
No, it's not a must you have an already saved color style, but you must have a color that you want to select so that it can use it to generate those styles for you and save it automatically. Do you understand? Do you understand? So please, if your mic is mute, please if your mic is on, please mute yourself, please. If your mic is on, please mute yourself.
So I want to ask that this layer styles that you just created it for, can we also call it style guide? Is it the same thing as style guide?
Yes.
Or style
Yes.
guide is
Yes. It's the same thing as style guide. It's the same thing as style guide. And based on this thing, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
I have a question, please.
Please don't ask any questions now. Just mute your mic, please. Don't ask any questions. Please mute your mic, please. Please let the class be organized, please. If your mic is mute, I have a headset that is directly connected into my ear. So if your everybody's mic is mute, it goes straight to my head, and there is an echo it generates that is very very hot to the ear. So that's why I beg, if you want to ask a question, just unmute it and ask. You understand? Or you can make use of the chat section. If you ask a question in the chat section, I'm going to see it immediately, and I can answer it without even reading it. I'll just give you an answer and you'll be clarified. You understand? Let's learn how to use some of these systems, you know, and still make things organized. Am I communicating, guys?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's proceed. Okay, the guy that said he wanted to ask a question, please ask your question now.
Thank you. Please, is it possible to combine various styles? Probably now. You have the color, you can add shadow to it, drop shadow to you. You can also probably from a text in one in one effect. Then you can save it as a style on its own.
Well, the truth is, I've not actually tried. I've not actually tried that, but is it possible? Like, I understand what you're saying, like, but the thing is, it has to be separated.
Okay.
Okay, somebody asked, can I go over generating styles again? Please, I can't go over generating styles again, but the video is available. You understand? The record is available. This time has gone, sir. Don't worry, we'll soon end the class. Can I use start to document effects? Yes. You can use start to document effects. I showed you that. Just go to the effects. You see the formatted icon. Click on it, and then it can document your effect. I'm not using a mouse. Please, you don't need to use a mouse to do this. You can equally use your laptop mouse. You don't need to use an external mouse.
Yeah, what if all these the color styles that you did now, what if someone had deleted it? So what will happen, or how can someone arrange it so that it won't interfere with the workspace?
That's what I'm saying. For anybody to delete it, that means it's a deliberate effort now. Because for you to delete it, you have to click here. You come to the edit button, or you have to click here, then right click on it, and then you see delete style. You now come and press delete style. You understand? So it has to be a deliberate effort before you'll be able to delete it. But please, I think time is actually up. But let me show you guys one more thing, one more important thing, because now let me show you guys how you present your work, because everything is scattered here, and this is where I like showing plugins. Now I still have like 2 more plugins I'm going to discuss, but because of time I just touch only one. You understand? But let's just proceed. I'm going to delete. But I'm going to just delete all these things. Now, mind you see these shapes I'm creating here. For instance, I don't want to delete them all. Okay, let me delete these things now. These shapes I'm creating now, if I select everything here and press delete, I think that's the question you were trying to ask. If I select everything here and press delete.
Exactly, that was what I was trying to ask.
Okay. No. It doesn't delete. Like if I select every single thing here and press delete, it doesn't mean my layer style was not deleted. Those things it's still documented. It's still documented. Okay, now I understand the question. If I delete, it doesn't know it's not. It didn't delete. Even if I delete this button now, the layer style is not still deleted. It's still here. Everything is still documented here. So that's the advantage. So anything we are creating is just this. So far you've documented and saved it. Figma automatically saves it. You can't delete it like that. So now let me show you guys this one more. Please, somebody's mic is mute. Please just try to unmute it. Now let me show you guys this one, because it's going to help you in trying to create your UI documentation. UI documentation is equally important as UX documentation, right? So now come to your Figma community, right? And then search for automatic style. I'm now.
Please, sir, I can't see your screen, no.
Please, if you can't see my screen,
sir, I can't see the screen.
If you can't see my screen, just log out and log in again, because my screen is showing. Can any other person see my screen?
Your screen is showing.
You can see your screen.
We can see your screen.
So just log out and log in again, please. I think it's from your side. Just log out and log in again. So automatic style. Just search automatic style on your community. As you can see, just search automatic style on your community. You are going to see automatic style guide on your community. Like I always advise, feel free to always click on it, go through what is written there, how to use the style, because I did all those things before I installed it. So because I'm teaching it in class, I'm trying to rush up. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You just take your time. Yes, open it on a new tab and stay installed. Follow up in class. Then later you can just read through it. And always feel free to just say thank you or something, or I appreciate, or whatever. It uplifts people's spirit, because they work so hard to put this, and these things are just free. So install. So I have mine installed. So I believe by now you must have installed. So if you install, then come back to Figma. So I'll bring you guys back to Figma, and then I'll share this tab. Now, when we are back to Figma, right? Now, the advantage of this style guide is, the advantage of this automatic style guide is, how it works is, now we finish creating our styles. Like I did mine manually, right? We finish creating our styles, but we want to now create like somebody asked me, is it the same thing with layer style? Is it the same thing as style guide? Okay, yeah. So we now want to
Yes, I
now we now
understand.
want to create our style guide. Like this thing will now be what will guide our style. Follow me closely. So you see how this thing will just generate a document for us. You understand? And I'm sure that you guys must have been seeing these documents online when you're following other product designers trying to put out their works there. Now, if I right click now, and then I click on plugins, and then I come down, and then I come down to, what did I call it again? Automatic style, right? So it will be,
Automatic style.
so it will be in A. Yeah. So I'll see automatic style guide. So I will now say generate style guide. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to generate a guide for me automatically. So watch how it's going to do that. Let's give it some time, and it has generated. And you can see it's saying that the new page style guide has been created. So it has created it on a new page, right? So I will now come to this page 1. See where my mouse hits page 1. I'll click on it and I'll see a page called style guide. So it has created my style guide. So this is how it's created my style guide. Now the very good thing about this is it's created this style guide from what I already have. So this is like what they call UI documentation. This is our guide documentation. So it created the guide documentation from what I already have saved. So now let me just scroll up or scroll inside. So I can decide and say, okay, I'm working on which project are we working on? Let's just say we're working on whose name should I use now? Let me come to who owns a bank here, or let me just, because of time, I'm working on Kuda Bank, right? Yeah.
Piggy bank.
Okay, I'm working on Piggy Bank, right? Let's use Piggy Bank. So this is Piggy Bank style guide. So I just edited that. So I can be scrolling down. You can put your designs the way you want, like make this thing fine. Now see, all the colors I have chosen in my style guide, all the colors I have saved, it's automatically brought it in here for me, and it's named it with their color codes and then RGB numbers, as you can see. So it makes it very easy. So you don't need to come and start putting everything, writing all those English language that you do it, that we normally do. So this makes it very, very fast for you guys. So when you're trying to do your UI documentation, you already have a plugin that will just they're just going to help you to facilitate every single thing you've done, especially when you've already created them. So it did that for my color, and then the very good thing is that it did it for my typography as well. So you can see I have heading 64, heading 52. It documented all those single things. It's telling me the name of the font. It's telling me that this is bold. It's showing me the properties of those fonts, and it's showing me sample of how this font looks like in terms of size. Am I communicating, guys? So usually when you're trying to create your design, when you're trying to create your design system, this is how you actually present it. So normally now, as a designer, you understand, as a professional designer, if you invite me to your work, first of all, I don't actually look at your designs and all that. I just come to your system, you understand, or probably your style guide. Usually you have to do it on another page, so it's a neat document. So I just take my time to actually read. If you have components, like if you have a component system, I think because of that we'll not be able to look at component system, because this thing is actually a little bit more complicated, just like what we studied in last class. But let's understand it. You understand? We've already did the introduction to components. So the next one will now be variants and interactive components. So it documents every single thing for you like this. As you can see, the body 216 that we named it gives us every single information about this. And now the very good thing about this thing is, if I come probably now I come to this subheading 16, so I'll locate subheading 46 rather, and I make some changes to this. Probably I adjust the tracking value to probably this. As you can see, as I'm adjusting it, it's affecting it in real time, right? 46, right? It did. As I'm adjusting it now, it's affecting it in real time, right? So if I change this from auto, probably my line height, I'm changing it. Any change I make to this is affecting it in my style guide automatically. So I don't need to come and then copy and do all those things and then put them manually. It's automatically, adjusting it. And now if I come to my color, and probably I come to a color like this, probably primary color now, and I change this primary color from blue to probably, let's just say, another color. As you can see on my system, as I'm doing that, is automatically updating it. So everything is flexible. And now after doing everything, I can right click now, come to my plugins, right, come to automatic style guide. Instead of saying generate style guide, now I'll now say update mustache tag, so it will update the new settings I've made. So I'll just update, and automatically it will update everything. So everything I've done here is saved. So what I can do is, for instance, if I'm working if I have this as my basic foundation for creating my systems, I can copy everything. Maybe I'm working on a new project. This is for piggy bank, and I'm now working on GT bank. I can copy this thing, right? I go to a new file, paste it, change all those things I want to change. I'll now right click, update it, and I have a color system or a color style guide or a style guide rather for GT bank, and I have a color style guide for piggy bank. Am I communicating, guys?
Yes, you are.
Okay, now somebody asked a question on the Google Meet, on the message this thing. He said, how do I see the pages after I run the style guide? So to see the pages now Figma gives you access to if you look at where my mouse is, just we have something like layers, assets, then we have style guide. When you click here, you can actually create pages. Pages are like different places where you can do your work. Normally I have a default of wireframe / flowcharts. I have the second page is my design system and style guides. Then the next page is my design proper. So that's how I arrange my work. So anyone you want to see, just click on those pages and you can start seeing what I'm doing on that particular page. So when you click on this accordion icon that is here, you click on it, you will see page 1, page 2. So if I click on this plus sign, I can actually create a new page. Probably here I can now name here main UI. So this is where you see the main work I've done. So here is where I'll be doing the designs and all of those. So I have a neat job. So anything I want, I don't need all those other properties. Anything I want, I have it documented here. So if I create my frame, right, I have my shape here, right. So if I want to determine the color of this shape, I'll just click outside here, probably click on the view, click on this dotted icon, and I can see all the colors I have. I'll change it to the color there, and I did not bother to change. So that's how you can have, your works documented so that you can easily collaborate with different designers on your platform. Am I communicating, guys? Oluwaseun will say you didn't understand. I don't actually. Okay, I don't know the particular thing. I don't know.
Everything.
You see? You don't understand everything. Is that what you say?
Yes.
I can't go through. I can't go through everything actually. You understand? I know these things are, these actually the main stuffs in Figma. So once you understand like this part of Figma, trust me, the way you be designing it, you will enjoy design more, sir. But I'm not sure you understand. I'm not sure you understand it like in one day. You understand? But just make sure you take something out from the class. That one you take out from the class, just be trying it. Once you try it, you find out that it's becoming part of you. So when we are teaching you how to design, it's no longer hard. You just be flowing with it.
I didn't take anything out of the class.
Okay, maybe you just have to watch. You just have to watch the recording. The recording will be available. Yes.
So what did you say will be the main UI page?
The main UI page will now be like the main this main UI that I'm doing here.
Your work now.
Yes, this work now. This will be my main UI page. You understand? This is my main UI page.
Is it that we will be the one to create the main UI page? Where can we get the
Yes, now. See. Follow me closely.
How can we create it?
Follow me closely. Now this is page 1. Now this page 1 now I can rename it to. You're going to have your flow chart and wireframe. You're going to have your flow chart and wireframe, right?
Yes,
wireframe, right?
Site maps as well. I don't know.
Yes, and site map. Now all those things now is going to be on this particular page. Now this style guide I usually I usually rename it as design system. That's my design system / style guide. Yeah, just like this. Then this is my main UI. So if you want to see the flow chart or in this flow chart now you have all those my research that I did and all those things. If you want to see it, if you click on this page now, it will show you everything that has to do with wireframe. Now if you want to see the design system that I'm working with, if you click on the design system, it will show you the design system that I'm working with. If you click on main UI, it will show you the UI of my project, like the main screens I've designed and all those things. Am I communicating, guys?
Okay, so are you the one that created the main UI yourself?
Yes. I am the one that created it. To create it, I think it's only 3 that can enter here. But to create it, you see a plus sign here. So if you click on it now, it will
Okay.
add a new page, right? To add a new page.
Okay.
You
Okay.
understand? Now you
New
can
pages.
click on this particular icon here to interchange between
Okay.
the pages.
Okay. Okay. Now
All
understand.
right,
Thank you so
ladies and
So
much.
please, are we
gentlemen.
done with the,
Eh?
are we done with the class?
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
please. So
Sir,
ladies and
I
Okay,
want
sir.
to join the Figma because my sister was not with me. I just got it now.
just click
So
on
the
the
link. I just yeah. Okay.
yeah, click on the link on the group. You can always join the Figma. Then you can always request access. If I get your notification, I will give you access.
Okay.
So, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen,
All right.
the truth is
That's
there is
fine.
a lot of things. There's a lot of things in Figma, but that is why we are here. In each class, we'll always uncover one or two things, for you guys. So I'll actually like to connect with you guys, because I'm expecting that by now, you guys will have like see, let me give you guys a very quick tip and a very quick advice. Now, to make sure that what you're learning in class is being properly used, you understand? Please, after every single class, even if it's one thing, you understand? Do something and put it out there. Always sell yourself. Tell the story. Say, okay, something like, okay, I was like in this thing, I now decided to transition into tech, and this is what I'm doing now. This is what we are taught in class. Like today's class now, it might not be the practical thing that you learn, but you heard one thing I said that made so much sense to you. Put it out there. Use the hashtag CWW Africa, use the hashtags, you can always tag me, tag Ifedayo on social media. Now, the essence of doing this is to document your process. The important, as a UX researcher, you must always know how to document process. That is why, and in short, not as a tech person, you must always know how to document process, because other tech guys still do it. You understand? Document your research, document your UI. That's why we are learning how to do some of this thing. What I taught you guys in class today is documentation. So always document what you're doing. So have something every single day that you put out there to show the world that this is what you're learning. Now it's going to give you more exposure, expose you to more jobs and all of those. I've had case scenarios where students I've been teaching will always say, oh, before I finished class, I got so job and so job. The reason why that was possible was as they were in class, they were learning, they were learning how to put themselves out there. They were always putting out what they did. So tech companies can see and say, okay, you can actually absorb this person to give you a platform where you can learn more. So it's always very good to tell your story, put it out there. Use hashtag the platform that is organizing this thing for you, and then hashtag your facilitators, or tag them or mention them. Probably if I need to comment, or probably need to, do any review on your work. If you do any work, drop it on the Telegram group so you can get reviews. That is how you grow. That is how you grow. So I want to see each and every one of you, like in years, you guys are working in big platforms and big companies, just by what we are doing. You understand? So I think I can connect with each and every one of you on LinkedIn. My name on LinkedIn is just my name on the group. I think my name on LinkedIn is Ijomanta Uchechukwu. Or you can search Godmantas. I think it will still take you to where I am, but Ijomanta Uchechukwu or something like that.
Please type it, sir. You can type it for us.
Okay, I just dropped it on the section. I just dropped it on the chat section. So Ijomanta Uchechukwu, see, just connect with me on LinkedIn so I can be following you. If you make any post, remember to tag me, comment, mention me so I can just come and see what you're working on. And the very good thing about all this is, in future, probably by next year, all these platforms have a way to remind you that, oh, sometimes also you are doing this, and you'll be amazed at how far you've gone. So don't just learn this thing and you just keep it to yourself, because if you keep it to yourself, you might soon forget. So engage yourself, engage in something that will be, reminding you, and as you're doing that, you'll be connecting to other designers and you'll be getting more inspirations and more grounds in this tech thing. You get? So I think we're just going to end here for today because of time, but we'll continue again tomorrow. I'm sorry, on Monday.
So please, I want to ask a question.
Yeah, just go ahead, ask one more question. Let's close.
Thank you. So please, in that plugin where you have automatic style guides, that updates mouse stage tags, like what did you say there when you change the color? Like how does it work?
Yeah, so for instance, now in this place now I changed my color. Probably this is now for GT Bank and not for Piggy Bank. So after changing and editing this stuff, now once you update, okay, let me do that again. Now this is primary color, right? So I'll come to my style guide. I'll come to edit. Now I've changed. Let me change this to probably red, so it's very obvious. Now I've changed this thing to red. Now you can see that the red here, the RGB color or the hex code of red is FF000, but it's not already documented here. But in as much as the colors changed here, so to update it and to tell Figma that okay, this is now the new color that we're working with, you don't have to run that plugin again. But this time around, you're not creating a new style, right? You're just updating. So if I right click here and come to plugins and come to automatic style guide and I say update hashtag tags, that's just know it's update. Yeah, just update it. Once you update it, you can see it will update every single thing, including the hex code. As you can see, it has changed the hex code to FF001, so across every single thing. So that's it's just to update the new thing, because sometimes you might be working on a file. I've created this here and I just want to, I like the way I really prepared this style guide. Sometimes you must not leave this style guide plain like this. You can do some designs on it to make it fine and all those things. So I like the way I prepared it. So I can just come to this Figma file, copy it, and go and paste it on the new Figma file I'm working on. So then I will now come and change the colors and all those things. So after changing everything, just update it. So Figma will now save it automatically for you there. That's just what it does.
Okay, that will mean like the present will be like a template for the new one.
Yes, it will be like a template for the new ones. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, my time is officially up. Thanks for being in class. If Fedayo, please, are you still there? I'm trying to hand over to you. Are you still there? If Fedayo, are you there? All right. So I think Fedayo is no longer here. So we'll call it a day. So we'll meet you guys next week, Monday. Do have a wonderful day, guys.
Sorry, what did you say your LinkedIn name is again?
My LinkedIn name is Ijomanta Uchuchukwu. Ijomanta Uchuchukwu. I dropped it on the chat section. I dropped it on the chat.
So before we go, if you want to copy this style guide, is it the style guide will copy itself and create a new page, or how can we?
You can just select everything. Use your mouse, select everything, press Ctrl A. You understand? Go to where you want to place it and press Ctrl V.
Okay, I'm pressed. Okay.
Yes. So
thank you very much. Hello, sir. Should we be expecting the video?
Yes. Expect the video. I will talk with the technical team, so they will drop the video, please.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for today's class.
All right,
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.